All right, for those of us online, if you can see me, just type one. Good to see you, Casey. Good to see you. Good to see you, Nena. Good to see you, the cameraman. All right, so just a quick one. We are Brody Global, a real estate marketing and development company, and we have our offices here in Enugu and also in Abuja. And our properties cut across these two states. So if you're in need of property, whether land or house, in Enugu and Abuja, Brody Global is that company that you need to reach out to. All right, without wasting time, before we go straight into the discussion of today, we just want to do a little exercise. I'm talking about the affirmation. So before we start, please, I just want everyone to sit down properly like a gentleman. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Also, I want you to, whatever that will serve as a distraction, your phone, your pen, let's say beside you, whatever it is, just put it aside just for a moment so that we can do this affirmation. All right, while you do that, please just keep your two hands on your thigh. I want everyone to feel relaxed. And then close your eyes. I'm seeing your eyes. All right, so breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. Breathe in. Please hold it for 5 seconds. Out. All right, please open your eyes. How do you feel? Jesse, how do you feel? Okay, how do you feel, Nena? Fine. Okay. While we are doing it, this young man over there, this gentleman, when we are saying breathe, he was doing like this. I'm bringing it down. All right, Jesse, how do you feel? All right. So we'll just take our formation without wasting time. So please, you just repeat after me. All right. I am the best at what I do. I create exceptional results. I have the skills, knowledge, drive, and ambition to achieve my goals. I persist until I succeed. I execute. I am proactive. I am proactive. Impossibility does not exist. I am not afraid to ask for help and seek knowledge. Success begins with my mindset. Success begins with my mindset. Today and always, I will strive for excellence. I am surrounded by smart, capable, and supportive individuals. Today is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become a better version of myself. I am grateful for my job, business, work, family, friends, colleagues, and new experiences. Yes, I can do great things. Yes, I can do great things. It may not be easy, but it will be worth it. I give 100% to my goals. I give 100% to my goals. I see the big picture. I am Opale Kemano. Nothing is too big for my mind. Nothing dies in my hands. Nothing is too big for my mind. And nothing dies in my hands. Please, can you clap for yourself? All right. So how do you feel now? Let me just ask us once again. How do you feel? I've asked you before. How do you feel? The cameraman. Good. How do you feel? Casey, how do you feel? All right. So once again, you're welcome to Browdy Global. Today is our Realtors training. In case if you are joining us for the first time, this is a training that we do every month in order to equip our realtors to help them to thrive in the real estate market, especially here in the city of Enugu. So I bet you're going to have an amazing moment in today's training. So just stay put, feel relaxed. Whatever that will serve as a distraction, please just keep it aside and just give your 100% attention to today's training. So recently I was just thinking about, so in fact, this morning I came across a scripture and it ministers something deep into my spirit. But I'll just explain what I learned from that scripture. So it was talking about following those who had a positive track record. Those who have what a positive track record. And one of the things I've come to realize in real estate is that if you really want to thrive, and you want to stand out in this business, one of the things that you need to do is to look out for those who have positive track record and try to learn what they are doing and model what they are doing. In real estate, we normally use the term expert modeling. And today we have one of those persons in our midst. I mean, I'm talking about our facilitator. She's someone who has many years of experience in industry. She has worked with clients in Nigeria and in diaspora. I'm talking about UK, USA, China, and even Canada. And she's going to share with us, I mean, what she has learned from her years of experience. And I bet you will want to miss today's teaching. Whether you're a first time, maybe you're a new realtor coming to the business, or you've been in the business maybe for years, you need to just sit down and then listen to whatever she's going to share today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, without wasting our time, without further ado, please let's make welcome the exceptional, the phenomenal, the unique, the one and only Miss Jacinta Ukwa.
Good morning, please, if you're excited to drop the fire emoji in the comment section, like like we normally do. Once you jump on live, type hashtag live and tell us where you're joining us from. And if you can see me clearly, type 1 in the comment section. And if you can hear me, you type 2 in the comment section. Now, today we are going to be sharing something very important because over time, we've gotten a lot of people that have been asking us, or especially me. Yes, I get every day people are my DM. I want to do real estate. I want to do real estate. And some people that have also joined the trainings, or some people that have also started real estate that don't know how and where to even start from. Yeah, you can sit here. So come in front. So for some people that have also started real estate, I don't know where they will move from. I thought to make or let's have this training where I am just going to explain everything you need to know on how you can become a realtor right here in Nigeria, right? How many of us want to be a realtor? How many of us are already a realtor? Right? Welcome. What's your name? Emmanuel. Welcome, Emmanuel. Good to have you here. Those on the live session, those on the those on the live session, please, I want to know that I'm communicating with you as well. So once you jump on live, type hashtag live and let me know where you're watching us from, right? And if you can still hear me clearly and then see me clearly, also let me know in the comment section. So without wasting much of our time, I'll just go into the business of today, right? So at the end of this training, you should be able to know, you should be able to move from not knowing what to do, right, to becoming a realtor. And not just a realtor, a top selling realtor. Amen?
Amen.
Please, I will need us to pay rapt attention because we're going to discuss something very serious. And if you don't pay attention, you may miss out, right? So this training is for anyone who has been looking to start real estate, or anyone, maybe you are a student, a fresh graduate, right? Or a stay-at-home mom, and then, or you're a 9 to 5er, right? Or you're even a professional, maybe you're a lawyer, or a, a lawyer, a surveyor, a doctor that wants extra income by selling real estate, then this training is for you. And that's why it's important for you to share this live section to as many people that you know that will need it, right? If you have, please, let's mute our phones. Let's mute our phones, please. Let's mute our phones, please. So that's why it's important for you to share this live session to as many people that you know that will need it. If you have friends who are in these categories I've just mentioned, maybe the person is a student, or maybe the person just freshly graduated and is looking for something to do and want to do real estate, then you need to share this live session with that person. Because in this live session, I'm going to be breaking it down from you not knowing what to do in real estate down to you becoming a top real estate realtor. Are we following?
Yes,
Now, before I get started, let me quickly introduce myself, maybe for those that don't know me or those that are meeting me for the first time. My name is Jacinta Ukwa, and I'm an award-winning realtor. I'm a business manager right here at Browdy Global, which is a fast-growing real estate company in Nigeria, RIDAN certified, with offices in Enugu and Abuja, respectively. Now, we have stories, with a lot of stories of helping newbies to becoming top selling realtors in few months or in few years. So that is to say, we have a community where we we have people that we have helped to grow from not knowing what to do to becoming top selling realtors in the past 4 years. Also, in the past 4 years, I've done billion naira in sales, which comprising more of land sales, right? So I've also helped over 200 clients to own properties across Nigeria, which is to tell you that I am not new in this business, right? It is also to tell you that I have gotten results and I want you to also get results, right? So the goal is to help a lot of people to navigate the real estate business. Now, real estate business or real estate is one of the most rewarding business in Nigeria or in the world at large, right? Because imagine that you helped somebody to own a property and you are earning a commission of as high as 500,000. I'm just starting low, or earning 1 million naira. In fact, I know somebody that sold a property in 2019 and he made over 20 something million in commission. He did not own the property. He did not have any other special thing. He just connected people to buy a property and he made a lot of money from commissions, right? So that is why I said real estate is one of the most rewarding business in what? In Nigeria. Please come over here. However, it can be challenging navigating the industry, right? It can be very challenging because it is very challenging, right? So that is why we are having this training today. Please welcome. What's your name? Would you welcome Chinwe? Good to have you here, Chinwe. So it can be challenging. That's why we are having this training today, to be able to teach you or how to navigate the real estate industry, right? So we are going to help you to start out right? We're going to help you to start out from not knowing what to do to the point of you making what? Sales. Again, if you can hear me, see me clearly, let me know in the comment section. Also share this link to as many people that you know that we need it. So at the end of this training, we will help you to navigate from being a novice to what? To becoming a realtor that sells. Are we ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you are ready, those online, please type I am ready in the comment section. And for those here, I want you to say I am ready.
I am ready.
All right. So remember, our topic today is how to start out. How to start out as what? As a realtor, right? In Nigeria, because in other locations it may be different. Now, the first thing we are going to know is who is a realtor. You want to become a realtor, right? How many of us want to be a realtor? So the first question is, who is what? A realtor. Now, a realtor is someone that helps people that want properties, that helps people to own properties, lease properties, or rent properties, and earning a commission at the end of it. I said what? A realtor is someone who helps people to own properties, lease properties, rent properties, and earn a commission at the end of it. So it means that for you to become a realtor, you are someone that is ready to what? Help people, right? And in this part of the world, Nigeria, you don't need certification to become a realtor. In fact, in our neighborhood, almost everybody is an agent, true or true. If you have looked for a house in Enugu, you'll see that most of your classmates or people that you know around you will tell you I'm an agent, right? So it means that in this part of the world, you don't need any certification for you to be a realtor, right? What's your name? Better. Good to see you and good to have you here. Better, welcome. So you don't need any certification to become a realtor. Unlike other countries, you have to write exams, right? For you to become a realtor, you have to be certified. You write the exam, you pass. That's why some people, I don't know if you've ever looked for videos on YouTube on how to become a real estate agent, you see more of these white people's video, right? And some people will be telling you, oh, I wrote my real estate exam for 2 years, 3 years, to tell you that they were trying to become a realtor, but they kept failing, right? Maybe they kept failing their exams. But here in Nigeria, you can just wake up and decide that you're a realtor, and nobody's going to question you. Even though that schools and people study estate management in schools, right? People study estate management in school. But those bodies can still not regulate the people that want to go into the real estate business in Nigeria. So you see that the the in Nigeria, we have very low barrier to entry when it comes to real estate, right? But the downside is that everyone to be a realtor, right? Now, it makes the market seemingly saturated, right? When you turn to your right, you see somebody posting a property, you turn your left, you see somebody posting a property, and you feel that the market is saturated, and you feel that, since everybody's doing it, let me look for another thing to do. Have you thought of that? Have that thought come to your mind? But in trainings like this, we are going to help you to stand out from that crowd, right? So that is why trainings like this is very important. So in 2021, I was freshly out of school. I mean, I just finished serving, And in my mind, I studied estate management, yes, but it's not everybody that studied their course want to do this, right? So, but then when I was in school, I served in a ministry of land in Ebonyi State, to be precise. And then I saw how, I saw how people that are into land business there in the Ministry of Land, they're making money. When you go to Ebonyi State, as of then, you will not really see people that are doing very well. But when you go to Ministry of Land, you see that most of the people working there, they were driving Hilos, they were driving expensive cars. And in fact, the person that was working with that time, is a woman. She used to make a lot of money. In fact, sometimes she would just say, "Give me some time. Money is passing, money is passing." So after that experience I had in Ministry of Land, it was then I decided I'm going to do what? Real estate. So by the time I was about to graduate, I was already thinking of how do I start, right? Remember, we are in Nigeria, right? Please help me close that door very well. Remember that we're in Nigeria, and most times what you were taught in school is a different word, but it's a different thing that you're going to experience outside school, right? So when I was about to graduate, or when after I finished serving, I was now searching of how do I start real estate. And when I went online, I was watching a lot of videos, but they were not related to Nigeria, right? Like I said, it was more of those white people, right? And they were making videos of how they can start real estate there. But nobody was about how you can start real estate in Nigeria. Some people just tell you post on one listing platform, Nigeria Property Center. How many of us know about that app? Nigeria Property Center or Gigi. They will tell you to go and post there, and then you will not sell. Somebody will contact you and you will not sell from there. But as at that time, if you were like me, or if you're like, I was confused because first the challenge I was having is how do um how do I start, right? How do I get clients, right? Then how do I get properties that I'm going to sell? I mean, I don't have properties. I don't have any land or any house that I'm going to sell. So these are the challenges I was having then. How do I get properties to sell? How do I get people to buy? And how do I just start so that people will know that I'm doing this thing? So, so one day I came across a video of a lady. She's the only one that tried to talk about how she started real estate. Right? She said when she wanted to start, she was confused as well. So what she did is that she went into her neighborhood. She stays in Lagos. That she went into her neighborhood, and then she started going to meet people that are building houses and telling them that she can help them to rent out the house or she can help them to sell the house. So from there, she started telling people that she does real estate. And from there, she sold. Now, what changed my mind that day was that she said that she was talking about how she made her first 2 million naira commission. That she sold a property worth 20 million and she earned 2 million naira commission. Like I was like, let me go and try out this thing that this lady said. Oh. I went to tell my friend. In fact, two of us, we studied estate management together and we're looking for how to start real estate. But she was not giving up. She was not trying to look for other businesses that she would do. So I told her, see what I watched. Let's start it now. She said I should be playing. That thing is not real estate. I should better than look for something very serious to start doing with my life. So fast forward to one of my classmates then now wanted to buy a property in Enugu, right? And then he reached out to me that he wanted a property in Enugu. So I went online, I went to YouTube, and then I watched a lot of videos, but I came across Mr. Jeff Anozie. How many of us know Jeff Anozie? Maybe you can Google the name and you see him. It's our boss here is the MD for Browdy Global. So I came across his video and then I reached out to him that I have a client that wants to buy social property. And long story short is that the guy did not let her buy. But I saw how he was doing real estate, right? Remember, I was interested to do real estate. And I told him, sir, please, I want to work with you, right? And that is how, and that day became what? Like, that was my turning point. And that is what I'm going to be sharing with us today, right? How, what I learned from him that made me to start properly, right? And then started selling. Are we following? Please, those online, if you can still hear me clearly, if you can still see me, please let me know in the comment section. So please, I need you to pay attention because I'm going to be sharing with you 3 steps to becoming a realtor in Nigeria. 3 steps to becoming a realtor in Nigeria. We've understood this, right? We've understood who a realtor is. And how many of us want to be a realtor? You want to? So if you want to be a realtor, raise up your hand. Those in the live session, okay? Okay, don't want to be a realtor. Then, okay. So that I know that I'm talking to the right people. So if you want to be a realtor, okay, you have decided to be a realtor. Now the next question is, how then do I become a realtor? Right? That is the question. That's the question that's coming to your mind, Abby. So 3 steps to becoming a realtor in Nigeria. I always add this because other parts you have to what? Write the exam. Now the first, let's dive into it. So you need to sit down and decide it that you want to become what? A realtor. Why do you want to do real estate? Now I'm going to start with that question with all of us here. Why do you want to do real estate? In fact, do you know what real estate is all about? What is real estate? Do we know what real estate is all about? Do we know? How many of us know here? Do you know what real estate is all about? Land, right? So real estate comprises of land and and every other improvement on the earth and every other thing on the land, right? So both the land, the house, even the trees on the land, they are all what? Real estate. So now there are ways you can make money from real estate, right? Either by what? Either by buying it or what? Selling it. And this is the angle we are coming from, right? This is the angle of becoming a realtor. Now, for you to sell it, it means that you are what? A realtor. But if you are buying, using it for business, so let's take for instance people that buy houses to rent out or buy houses to resell it for a higher profit. They are what? They are buying to make money. They are investors. Do you understand? But you that want to earn commission, you are what? So it's that something that you understand? It's now for you to decide on the one that you want to do. For that, you know that that how will I put it? Most of us that really want something extra for ourselves, or most of us that don't really have the money to buy real estate. The best place to start from is by selling it. Because with selling it, like I said, it is the most rewarding business you can do in the world. Real estate, the most rewarding business you can do in the world. Now, so for most of us that don't have the money to buy it, we can start by what? Selling it. And when you sell it, you can earn a lot of money that will in turn help you to what? Buy it. So when you are starting like this, if you know this, you have the mindset that for you to be in the real estate industry, you are not only going to help people to buy or sell, also have the mindset that you are going to what? Own it. Right? Because it also helps you to build wealth for yourself. So now that we understand what real estate is all about, we can move on, Abby. We can move on to the 3 steps. So I said what? You need to decide why real estate. Why do you want to do real estate? I want to hear from you. Why do you want to do real estate? Okay. Okay. Mm. Mhm. Okay. So why do you want to do it? Okay, because of the profession. Why are you in that profession? You don't struggle. You don't like money. People are saying something different. Why do you want to do real estate now? Please, I want it to be an interactive class.
Surely like this.
Oh,
I want to do less for financial stability, financial freedom.
okay.
I want to afford anything I like. I want to buy
Beautiful.
anything I like.
You understand? You believe that real estate can do it for you. Yeah.
Okay, so in addition to what she said, the real reason why I actually entered into real estate is to make money. So, yeah, so I know there is money there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I need to make it.
Beautiful. Why do you want to do real estate, Nene?
I decided to do real estate because it seemed interesting.
Hmm?
I decided to do real estate because it seemed interesting.
It seems interesting.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
All right, I might take a different route from what every other person has said.
Okay.
Beyond the financial impact,
Mm-hmm.
I believe there is need to solve land problems. If you have faced agent problem while trying to rent, buy, you'll find the need to solve.
Okay.
I think clearly to solve such problem.
Okay. Beautiful. Victor.
Um, I got interested in real estate because we will not lie, I cannot do anything that will not be unprofitable to me.
Exactly.
But I think it is basically because of the course I studied in, pushing me towards land. And I said, okay, let me see if I can actually further in the informal, like I don't know if I understand what I'm saying.
Okay. It's
So-
not. It's not informal. Okay.
I know. you
Okay.
understand,
I get it.
Yeah. So they're pushing me towards land and I actually enjoyed it actually. So
Okay.
I decided to,
To start it. Okay, beautiful. You see that most of us have our reason. Now, why I'm asking this question, because for you to succeed in real estate, you need to have your why you want to do it. And it is your why that is going to sustain you, even in the times that is not looking like it is working. Do you understand? So your why is very important because if you don't have your why, when you experience what is called the emotional circle of change, you either quit or hold to hold on to real estate. Now, I understand that a lot of us see, yes, our why is very, very beautiful, but it is important. In fact, your first reason why you should do real estate is because of the money. It's the money that will motivate you for other reasons to follow. Because it is better that you have a problem. It is better that you have a money problem and you have the money to solve it than you have a money problem and you don't have money to solve it. Do you understand? So if you now have a money problem and you don't have money to solve it, you see that other reasons why you want to do that thing is let's say is just there, right? So your first reason why I want us to hold on to it so that it is going to push us to stay focused when we start real estate. So first thing is that you need to decide why do you want to do real estate. For me, I wanted to stay above SAPMA because then, in fact, as at that 2021, when I was I was already owing a lot of people, right? I tried so many businesses, but they weren't giving me the kind of money I wanted. Like this, okay, let's take for instance, you want to sell handbags or something. How many of it are you going to sell to be able to make 1 million naira once? Right? These are the thoughts that came to my head. And again, how many things can you sell that is going to give you 1 million naira, or something that you can sell that will help you to buy a 500,000 naira phone or 200,000 naira phone at once? Do you understand? You see that there are some businesses that will just keep you there. You will not make a lot of money and you will not become something, or you enjoy life the way you want it. And that's why I like your wife. Your wife was similar to my own. I needed to be able to afford anything that I want to afford and be able to, eat food that I like, right? Eat food I like, drink what I like, and, stay where I like. The truth is that your money level determines where you are. Do you understand? So I know that the only thing, that will save me in this world to be at that level is what? Real estate. And that is why when I started it, I just said, it's either I win or what? I win. I'm not going back. Do you understand? So it is very important to decide why you want to do real estate. Also, like I was trying to talk about emotional cycle of change. Now, emotional cycle of change will happen to you if you want to build something sustainable in your life. Emotional cycle of change. I'm going to be explaining it. There are like 4 levels, at the 5 levels of emotional cycle of change. I'm going to explain it in this class. But I need you to understand that you are coming into real estate. Real estate is not like ordinary business. It's a business that involves capital. It's a business that involves a lot of money. So for you to be able to stand and build in it, you are going to pass this emotional cycle of change. Now, even if it is not real estate, other thing that, but you want to start out and build something very tangible, you are going to pass through this emotional cycle of change. Now, there are four and the 5 levels of it. I'm going to start with the first one. Now, I want to address it here so that you get it before I'll talk about the next step. Are we following? So the first level of emotional cycle of change is uninformed optimism. The first level is uninformed optimism. Now, uninformed optimism, at this level, you are excited about what you want to do. Just like you talked, you said it looks interesting, right? That you are at this stage. Well, let me not classify it, but at this stage, everything looks interesting. In fact, you are excited that you are about to do real estate, right? You are excited that this thing is going to work. And maybe you have heard that somebody sold a house and earned about 5 million or 10 million, and you feel like, this thing is working, or this thing is paying, right? And you want to, dive right into it. So that is what is called uninformed what? Optimism. You just know the glamour side of the business, but you've not known the work that it takes for you to sustain yourself in that business. Are we following? So here your morale is what? High. Morale high. Let's get into it. Let's do this. So that is the first level. Uninformed what? Optimism. The next one is informed pessimism. Please, those that went to school, share this how to spell pessimism. So at this point, you have okay. Remember, uninformed optimism is that you are excited about it, right? Yes, and your morale is high. You feel like, okay, Maybe somebody told you, oh, how did you somebody told you that I just sold one land though and I earned 1 million naira. And you're asking the person, how did you do it? You know, say, I just posted one video that my friend shared with me. And my cousin or somebody reached out to me and bought the property. Right? And then you now feel like, oh, since this is what she did, let me go and do it. And you started posted for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, nobody called you. You're not getting to know that this thing is not like how it sounded though. It's no longer interesting like how it looks, right? In fact, at this stage, people around you will start telling you, sure, I told you should leave this thing. Sure, I told you to go and look for work. Bring 1 million naira. Let's find federal work for you, right? That is the stage where your morale now drops. So at this stage, people around you will advise you to quit. And that is why it is important you have positive people around you, right? And also, you are in a community where other real estate agents are selling. Do you understand that? So when you see that other people are actually selling this, it may motivate you to stay. But at least you have known that this thing is not as interesting as it looks, right? Or you are now getting to know that there's work to be done, right? So it is also important that you attend trainings like this, where you get to understand these stages, where you get to learn, right, and know the right things to do for you to be able to win as a realtor. Are we following? Are we following? So we are all right. So the third stage. So we've understood what uninformed optimism is, informed pessimism is, right? At this stage, it doesn't mean that it is not working. It is working, but you have to stay true, right? So the third one is called valley of despair. This is the stage of doubt. This is the stage you are thinking to yourself, are you sure this business is working? Are you sure I will not just leave it and go and start other things with my life? Right? You have tried, you have understood that this thing actually needs time for it to work. But at this stage, you have given it a lot of time. I can't wait again. Right? Some people quit at this stage, right? Some people give up at this stage. Some people quit and go and start looking for other things to do. So when I started, then in fact, some days I don't used to eat because I don't even have the food, right? I was so broke that at a point I wanted to sell my phone. And my boss said, if you sell this phone now, what next are you going to sell? So you see that anytime that you are hungry, you will look for something to sell and it will become a pattern, right? So I didn't know about this emotional cycle of change that time, right? I didn't know that I was at this stage of giving up, of quitting, right? There I was already doubting, are you sure this thing is working? Because I was already posting and doing things, and I feel like nobody is reaching out to me yet, right? I started trying to do other businesses. I went to start selling polos, all those plain polos. And I started trying to do a lot of things. But after a while, what helps me in this stage is that I had people that I was looking up to. It's called expert modeling. This is where you need to have people that are already doing well in the real estate business, right? Then maybe you follow them. You must not necessarily have to meet them one-on-one. You follow them because they say social leaves clues, right? You can go through their page and see what they are doing, right? You see that if you ask any of them, most of them, they will tell you the stories of their life. Some people will tell you they stayed 2 years or 1.5 years before they start selling. Some stayed 1 month, some stayed 2 months, right? Depending on your grace. Welcome. So how do you overcome this stage? right? How you are going to overcome it is to remind yourself your why. That is why your why have to be very strong, right? I want your why to be as strong that it's beyond that real estate is interesting. So you need to remind yourself your why. Why did I choose to do this? Right? Because you can easily give up when your why is not strong. Oh, because I thought that this real estate thing is like it. Like I thought, let me leave it and go and focus on my hair business or any other business, right? So you should also understand that at this stage, if you understand this stage, when you remind yourself your why, that is when you know that this is where your growth will start from. Do you understand this? Now, the truth is that, I think I'll jump to one. The truth is that for you to be able to start earning ₦1 million steadily, right, you have to become a person that can earn ₦1 million. Do we get that? For you to start selling real estate consistently, you have to become somebody that people can trust to buy real estate from consistently. Do you understand? So at this value of despair, that you should remind yourself your why, and at this point, you will now have to commit to building yourself. So become that person that is able to achieve your why. Do we understand that? It means that you need to commit yourself to building yourself to become that person that will achieve your why. Now we're talking about, for those that just joined, came late. So, but maybe as we go on, you get to understand better what I'm talking about. So we've talked about, today we are talking about how to start out as a realtor, right? And I believe that most of us that are here want to become a realtor. True or true? Some people are not answering. Do you want to be a realtor, ma? What of you? What of you, ma? And you? Yes, yes. That means you're in the right room, right? And I'm talking to the right people. We've talked about who a realtor is someone who helps people to own properties, rent out properties, lease properties for what? A commission, right? And we've talked about what real estate is all about. And now we're in the steps, 3 steps you can take to becoming a realtor. So we are the first step where we talked about you need to decide why you want to do real estate, right? Why you want to become a realtor? Why do you want to become a realtor? That is a question you need to answer yourself. And why you want to become a realtor should be very, very strong because of these things I'm talking about. So I said, for you to be able to build something tangible, you're going to pass a growth level or a change level, which is known as emotional circle of change, right? And it is that emotional circle of change that we're explaining. We've talked about the uninformed optimism, the informed pessimism, and then the value of despair. So uninformed one is the part that you are interested. Oh, I saw people making money from real estate. I thought I should, do real estate. This stage you are excited, right? The second stage is you are now informed. Oh, this thing is not as, you know, it's not like what it looks like, right? You have to actually give it time. So the third level is that you are still trying the things that they told you should do, and it's not working out, and you feel like you should what quit. That is the value of despair. And at this value of despair, I'm saying that at this stage you need to remind yourself your why. That is the only way you can be able to sustain yourself at this stage. So the fourth level of emotional circle of change is the informed optimism. So at this stage, you now know that this thing is not like how it sounds though, right? I thought it's when I post flyer or post video, somebody will reach out to me and buy, and I make this money, right? You now understand that you need to you need to commit to building yourself, right? You are now understanding a lot of things that for this business to work, you have to build yourself, right? Now you know that as you are in this class, you can bring, now you know that you need to become visible, right? This is informed optimism. Now you know that you need to become visible for people to know that you are into real estate, right? And that is why, as you are in this class, you can bring out your phone, make a video, show yourself that you're in this training, and share on your status or on your social media platform. Because the more people see you, the higher chances that they are going to buy from you, right? So that is why you need to stay visible. So at this point, you know that I need to do some work, right, for people to be able to buy real estate from me. Now I'm going to talk about it later, but at this point, you commit to building yourself, you commit to learning things that is going to help you to become a realtor, right? Yeah. So at this stage, you also commit to building yourself as a brand. Now, the first advantage you have as a person is your personality, right? That is your edge in this business. Remember, real estate is helping people to, realtors help people to own properties, rent properties, or even lease properties for a commission. Now, it means that the property, you don't own it, right? The person that will buy the property is not you, right? It's somebody else. The client is somebody else. You see that you don't even own the property. The person that is going to buy you don't own the person as well. The only variable is what? You. You understand? It means that for you to be a realtor, you need you. You need to build you, right? To be able to sell to people. I don't know whether I'm making sense. So it means that you need to put yourself out there. You need to build yourself as a what? A brand. So how many of us, okay, let me ask this question. If you Google your name right now, what are you going to see? If you pick up your phone, Google your name, what are you going to see? Maybe you should try it out as I'm talking about it. You can try it out. You should Google your name right now. So whatever you see, it means that you need to start paying attention to yourself if you want to do real estate. Do you understand? Personal brand, like I said, personality is your first edge, right? Because there's something I usually talk about. There's something that you cannot control. The only thing you can control is yourself and how you put out yourself out there. So if there are 20 realtors, how many of us are in this room? If all of us are promoting one property, and the client decides to buy from you, the only advantage that made that to happen is what? Your personality. Maybe the person liked the way you talk. Maybe the person liked the way you are smiling to make a video. In fact, somebody have reached out to me. Somebody bought property from me, not because he necessarily needed that property, but he said he liked the energy I use in marketing the property. You can't explain that, right? You can't control that. But you see that my personality played out in that particular sale, right? And that's why I said your first edge as a realtor is what? Your personality. So at this stage, you are now informed. You are now committed to know what? Building yourself. You are committed to learning the things that is going to help you become a realtor. You are committed to building yourself as a brand. You are committed to whatever you are putting out there, right? So that when people Google your name, they are seeing They are seeing a responsible person that they can do business with, right? So that is what the informed optimism. At this stage, you know what you are going to be doing, right? You will decide that, oh, I am going to do this work. Now, for somebody to be making money from something, it means that it's working, right? If you have seen other people that are making money from real estate and you feel that you have not sold, it means that the problem is you, the variable is you, and not the business itself. Are we following? So for somebody to be making money out of something, it means that that thing is working. It's now left to you to build yourself to that level that that you also start making money from that thing. Are we following? So the final, we've taken note of this one, Sabi, and why? The final stage, which is called the success stage, that is the success stage of the emotional circle of change, the 5 levels of emotional circles of change. Now, this is where the success comes in. Now, this means whatever success means to you, right? It may be the person that you have become over time. It may also be the money you are making at that time. It may also be achieving your goal at that time. For me, what success meant for me when I started was the ability to be selling every single month. So my number one goal when I started was I want to be selling what consistently. I want that for every month I should sell at least, even if it is one plot of land. Right? So whatever success means to you, this is the state that it's happened. Now you have passed through those 4 levels, right? The uninformed optimism, right? The informed pessimism, and the value of despair, the informed optimism, and now you have achieved success. So after you have passed through this stage, you achieve this success because of the person you have become in trying to be in the industry. Right? So at this stage, you now determine what success means to you. Okay? It can be, oh, I want to be making at least 1 million naira in a year, and you have started making the 1 million naira in a month. Right? Once you started making it, can be your success, right? So this is your success. This is the success stage. So at this point, God brings what? The increase. Remember, they said, poor plants, Apollo waters, but God what brings the increase. So at those other stages of the emotional cycle of change, you were trying to plant, you were trying to what? Water. And then finally the success now came. What happened? Is God that what brought the increase, right? Are we following so far? Please, those online, let me know if you are following. Let me know if you are following. So with this, I've been able to explain to you why you need to have, why you need to decide you want to become a realtor. Right? Because the truth is that you are going to experience this. But the good thing is that you are already aware of these stages, right? So that at every point you remember, the truth I told you this thing, so let me stick through, right? That is why it's good to be in a community of people that are also selling. You also have to follow people that are already doing well in the industry, right? And also have maybe a mentor, if you can, that will be guiding you so that you will not give up, except you don't want to do real estate, right? So after you have decided your why, we are going back to 3 steps to becoming a realtor. Any questions so far? Please, if you have questions, those online, please drop it at the comment section. And for us here, we can write down our question so that at the end of the training, I can answer your questions, right? So I've talked about the first step, which is what? Decide that you want to become a realtor. Decide to become a realtor. Now that you have decided, the second thing is you need to declare yourself. How many of us has declared or have declared themselves a realtor? So if you have not done that, I want you to raise your right hand now and repeat after me. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. So let's declare. Remember, in Nigeria, you don't have to write exam for you to become a realtor, right? You don't have to write exam so you can just wake up and declare yourself a realtor. And that's what we're going to do right now. So raise your right hand and repeat after me. Say, today, I am a realtor. I am a top-selling realtor. I commit to helping my clients to helping my clients get profitable and safe real estate in Nigeria and every other place they want it. I commit to building myself daily so I can perform optimally and have the right prerequisite information to serve my clients. So help me God. You can put your hands together for yourself. Please clap for yourself. If there was a Bible here, maybe that know the Bible to declare it, right? So now you are now what? A realtor. There's a crown on your head right now. That you are what? A realtor. So what you can do after this class is to go on your social media platform and as well do this thing that we just done to you. And declare yourself a realtor. Now tell people that you are now what? A realtor. That you can help them to own safe and profitable real estate in Nigeria, or if you're in Enugu and maybe other cities that you're going to be covering, right? It is important. Nobody's going to do this for you. Do you understand? So it is still you that will do this. So that is the second step of you becoming a realtor. After deciding, if you don't declare yourself a realtor, nobody is going to know that you are what? A realtor. Then the number 3 step is knowledge. Now, for you to become a realtor, you need to be knowledgeable. In fact, if you want to succeed in real estate business, you need to have knowledge about the business. So you have decided that you want to be a realtor, you want to make money from real estate. There are things you need to know that will help you to make the money, right? If you don't know them, you can't make money. Even the Bible said, those that have, that more would what? Be given to them. And those that doesn't have anything, even the little they have is going to be taken from them. So why not decide what to have? And that having right now is what? Knowledge. You need to have knowledge. He also said in the Bible, it also stated that to the blind, he made them to see, right? To the lame, he made them to walk. He healed them. But to the poor, what did he give to them? Knowledge, right? So you see that the principles of life is in the Bible. So when people now, please, what's distraction? When people start real estate and want to make magic money, I don't know how they want to do that, because you cannot you cannot you cannot do anything. In fact, you cannot become a rich person without knowledge, right? So you need knowledge for you to become a realtor. Are we following? So there are certain things you need to have knowledge about. I'm going to be listing them here. or the things you are going to learn. Number one is you need to learn land administration in the city you're operating from. So here you need to learn, how do people buy land in the city you're operating from. Let's say you're in Enugu, you need to learn how people buy land. How do people acquire land in Enugu? There are different ways. In fact, you first need to understand that here there's something called free land, right? And acquired land. Acquired land are land that are acquired by the government to build something for the public, for public use. Let's say they acquired a property to build a school, or to build hospital, or to build an airport. Those kind of land that they acquired is known as what? Acquired land. Then free lands are the ones that they did not acquire. Right? So you need to have knowledge about these two things. And there's something called excision. Excision is now when you convert some of this acquired land to become a free land. Do you understand it? When you want the process of turning this acquired land, maybe they acquired a particular place to build a market, and after government to turn that acquired land to become what? A free land. Now, the process of doing that is what is called excision. Do you understand? So these are the things you need to know as a realtor, because the truth is that some clients will come to you. In fact, you should know people that want to spend millions to buy something. They are usually very smart. Some of them, they will come to you, they will ask, they want to show you that they know it. And if they're not telling you, they're trying to teach you, and maybe you don't know it, it will show in the way you respond, right? And you will not be confident. What will happen is that they will leave you to go and meet somebody that sounds confident to buy from the person. Do you see why knowledge is important? So you need to learn all of this. You need to learn, how do people buy land. If you're in Enugu, how do people buy land in Enugu? What are the ways people own land in Enugu? Number one is through inheritance, right? People that from their family, they left some ancestral land for them, right? Another way is that you can own land by buying from the government, right? Like all these Enugu houses, Enugu Ministry of Lands, right? You can buy properties from them. Another way is by buying from a real estate company like us. We own properties, so you can buy from a real estate company. There's also another way you can buy from a community, right? But if you're buying from a community, you should ensure that you have a lawyer that will ensure that the right paperwork are done. And you can also buy from what? An individual that owns what? A free land. Do you understand? So you need to know, why I'm explaining this is that you need to know it as a person, so that when somebody reaches out to you to buy property from you, you can answer the person confidently, right? So the next thing you need to know is land sizes and measurements. Land sizes and measurements. You need to know what a plot is, right? Because these are the real estate terms you are going to be coming across every day. You need to know what a plot is. You need to know what an acre is, right? You need to know what a hectare is. So that when a client reaches out to you, oh, I want an acre of land, because you don't know it, you don't say, so I just started real estate. Oh, I just started real estate. I don't know about acre. If the person is kind enough, the person will try to lecture you, right? But if he's not, he will leave you. So go and meet somebody like me that already know what an acre is. And that is why it's important you know all these things. So what is a plot? A plot is any defined area of a land. Is any defined area of land. But in Nigeria, they are now they are now giving a specification to the size of a land that is shown to be a plot, and it varies in different states. Like in Enugu, what is seen as a size of a plot is majorly 500 square meters, right? And in feet, so plot in Nigeria is measured either in square meters or in feet. Is measured either in square meters or in feet. If it is in feet, it's usually 50 feet by 100 feet, right? And when it comes to square meters, is usually 500 square meters. That is in Enugu. But ideally, if you are holding a tape, now I'm not teaching that measurement. If you are holding a tape that they normally use to measure land, if you check where the 50 feet falls, is usually around 15 meters. Then if you check where the 100 feet falls, it's usually around 33 meters, right? So it will now be 33 meters multiplied by 15 meters, right? Which is the length and the width. So we assume that a shape of a plot is to be in square, right? So this is what? This is the length, and this is what? The width. And that is how we came about the 500 square meters. So if you multiply this, I don't know what it's going to give you. I'm just using this as example. If you multiply it, it's going to give you maybe 500 and something square meters. And that's what makes a plot in Enugu. In places like Lagos, their size of plot there is usually from 600 square meters. Do you understand it? So you need to understand these things, because somebody that has been buying land in Lagos may now come to you to buy in Enugu, and you're telling the person it's 500 square meters. The person start arguing, oh no, the size of the plot is 600 square meters. When you know this, you can be able to explain to the person that what is obtainable right here in Enugu is what? 500 square meters or 450 square meters, right? Or 460 square meters, whatever the case may be. So that is why it is very important that you know all of this, because you need knowledge for you to be able to make money from this business. Nobody is going to buy from you if you can't tell them what is it. If you can't, clear whatever doubt they have in their head. So you need to know what an acre is, right? An acre is the size of a land that consists of 6 plots. So when somebody says, oh, I want to buy 1 acre, you should know that the person is talking about what? 6 plots of land, right? Usually more like a size of a football field. Football field, they normally use 6 plots for football field. Then a hectare is a 2.5 acre. We say 2.5 acre, right? That is like how many plots? 15 plots, right? Are we following? Please, those joining online, please drop the fire emoji if you are still following, right? So you need to understand land words, sizes, and measurements. So that when you start posting properties, and they say, you know, 50 by 100 or 100 by 100, you should be able to explain, right? So this is also an assignment for you to go and study about this thing. Please, there in the internet, you can go on YouTube, search for land size and measurement in Nigeria, and you can watch the videos and understand it properly, right? I'm just giving a hint so that you understand at least what it is all about. Are we following? So the next thing you is need to know land documents. You need to have knowledge about land documents. What are the documents that someone will get when they buy a property? There's a deed of assignment, there's a deed of sublease, there's a deed of lease, there is a C of O. I mean, most of us must have heard about C of O, right? There's a C of O, there's a survey plan, right? So these are documents, land documents. So you need to go and learn them and know what is obtainable in Enugu or in the city you are operating. So for instance, in Enugu here, you can use a document like an irrevocable power of attorney to sell a property. But you can't use that in Abuja. You can't use that in Lagos. You understand? Also, places like Asaba, they do more of deed of conveyance. So you need to have the knowledge of all these things so that the truth is that so many people that want to buy from you, they must have bought in other places. And they want to carry the same experience they have there to come to the city that you're operating in. Now that when you are knowledgeable, you cannot be able to teach them. This is what is obtainable here in Enugu. If you're buying land here in Enugu, you can get an irrevocable power of attorney, you can get a deed of assignment, you can get a deed of lease or deed of sublease, right? Or even a C of O. So you need to know, you need to have knowledge about all of this, right? You need to understand property law. You need to understand property law. There's something called Land Use Act, right? You can buy the book. When you look for any bookshop, you can buy the book to read the Land Use Act of Nigeria. It is in that Land Use Act that stated that, according to the Land Use Act of 1978, that all lands belong to us, to the government, and it is being held in trust by the governor of that state. If it is in the case of Abuja, it is being held in trust by the FCT what? Minister. Do you understand? So it means that whatever, whether free land or acquired land, they are all what? Under government land, right? But it is being held in trust by what? The state government. So that thing is what? Under property law. So you need to have knowledge of all of these things. Because it's when you are knowledgeable, you have the confidence to promote. So when I started getting calls from people, but why they never bought, why most of them did not buy from me that time? Because I wasn't knowledgeable enough. So when they now come in to ask me about something, so this property, this property that you posted, and will I get a deed of assignment? Maybe the company the company will not be, the company that is selling that property is using an irrevocable power of attorney and survey plan to sell. I will not tell the person, no, it's an irrevocable power of attorney that you are going to get. The person will not say, why would I get a deed of assignment? Do you understand? And because I don't know what a deed of assignment is, the person will not say, no. You will go and buy the one that has a what? Deed of assignment. But if you have knowledge about irrevocable power of attorney, I would have advised him that it's still the something like deed of assignment, right? This is just what you are going to be seeing in the documents. So with that, the person will not be like, okay, they will not see you as an authority or as a consultant, and then they'll go ahead with the transaction. Then somebody told me that you can never buy a property that doesn't have a C of O. And because I don't know what C of O is all about, right? And that's how the man did not buy. So you see that knowledge will be costing you more. So if you don't have knowledge of something, it will be costing you. The people that have the knowledge will be buying from you. And I noticed that time that after they finish calling me, they will call my boss, right? And they will not buy from him because he has the knowledge, right? But over time, there was a night I sat in one man's page and I was watching his video where he talked about 6 documents you must know before buying land in Nigeria. And in that video, that's when I understood C of O, deed of assignment, all these land documents I've mentioned, and I had a proper knowledge of it. And what happened is that I created same video and posted. Do you understand? So when you have knowledge of something, you build confidence and you can sell better because you have knowledge. Another thing is that you need to read books. You need to learn communication. One book I can recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Win Friends and Influence People. That book will help you. That book, it talks about how to shake somebody, right? How you can shake somebody boldly, how you can talk to somebody looking at them eyeball to eyeball, right? You know that if you are speaking to me and I'm looking away or you're looking away, yeah, that is being disrespectful. Do you know that? So when I said that I'm a very shy person, in fact, I'm the shyest person in this room. I was very shy that if I'm talking to you, I cannot look you in your eyes. I'll be looking away. So, but I started reading those books because I know that I'm going to meet people, right? Somebody may see your post online and reach out to you. Can we meet so that we discuss about this property? And when you now go there, you're bending your head. Okay, so the property is, person will just feel that you're disrespecting him or her and will leave you. So you need to learn communication. You need to learn how to talk to people. You see that there are a lot of things you need to build yourself. So for you to do real estate, you have to be whole. You understand? So you need to learn communication, read books, right? So the next thing that you're going to learn, another major thing you're going to learn, I've talked about land administration, which I've talked about those land documents and the rest. So the next thing that you need to learn is marketing. You need to learn marketing. Now, posting flyers or posting flyers or posting videos is not marketing, right? Now, you need to understand what marketing is all about. Now, if you want to do real estate and you don't like marketing, sorry, I cannot help you. Even if you don't like it, you need to like it for you to be able to make money. Remember who a realtor is. Someone who helps people to own properties, right? Lease properties or rent properties. Now, how can you help those people if you don't do marketing? If they don't know you, if they don't know the product that you're selling, right? So, when people say things like, oh, if you want to, you ask some people, how do you start this real estate thing? Because you think, can't start posting. When you start posting, somebody will eventually buy from you. That thing is not marketing. Now let's open our phone. Type Google what is marketing in the comments on Google. If somebody have gotten it, read it out, let me hear. Have you seen it? Okay, let me hear it. Okay. 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 Identifying. creating,
delivering value
delivering value.
to meet the needs of marketing people.
To meet, so
To meet the needs of target audience.
did anybody have any separate different thing? So I'm going to use this thing to explain what marketing is all about, right? So for you to do real estate, you need to know that real estate is a business of people, right? Your commissions is going to come from people. That is why you need to know marketing. You need to learn how people buy. You need to learn how to you need to learn how to communicate to people to buy products, to buy your product. Now, this actually explains what marketing is. Marketing is identifying. So target audience. So first, marketing is identifying a target audience, right? Who do you want to sell to? That's why I say if you are posting, you may be posting randomly. You need to find out or know your target audience. Who are the people am I going to be selling to? What are what? What are their needs? Right? How do I create value or deliver value that will now solve their needs? And that is when sales will come in. Let me explain it in a simpler format. Marketing is you knowing people that you want to sell to, people to sell to, right? Know their needs. Why did they want what you are selling, right? And then create value. The value here is what is important in solving their needs, right? And then that is when sales will now come in. So in my early years of real estate, in fact, before I met Mr. Jeff, I used to attend some real estate companies. So they'll give us flyers. We'll now go and share flyers. Sometimes I'll post the flyers on my page. So I thought that was marketing, right? I was just posting it. And I was posting the property videos, the property flyers, and nobody was reaching out to me. You understand? I was tired. I don't know that is not what marketing is. For you to be able to do marketing, you should know the people that you want to serve or the people that can buy your products. Then you understand their needs. What will be their challenge in buying these products? What are they thinking about to buy these products? That is their need. And then you now come in as a person that is going to help them. And that is where the value comes. Do you understand? And then when they now see that you are trying to help them, they will now come to you that they want to be helped, right? And that is when the sales now happen. So marketing is every activity you do to attract, you do to communicate to a certain target audience, to attract them, to inspire their interest, solve their problems, and at the end of the day, you are what? Making what? Sales. Now, in the case of real estate, who are the people? The first question you need to ask, because remember, I said in this training, I'm going to show you the right way to start out real estate. And this is what I'm doing right here, right? Because I don't want you to go and start doing random things. If you know the right things, you start doing the right things, and over time, the result is going to come. But if you do things randomly, you get random results. And that's why you see some people that sell out of fluke. Let's say maybe they are, I attended one training that year and I was desperate. I wanted to know how people are actually selling real estate. And most of the people they gifted in that company that year, when they asked them, how did you sell? The other one said his uncle bought. Do you see that? The other one said one of his in-laws that is living abroad saw the property and what? Bought. Right? The other one said he sold to his all this cooperative society. That's how he sold. So at the end of the day, I saw that there was no clear plan on how they actually made that sale. It happened out of fluke. And for you to build real estate business, you cannot be building it on hope or on fluke. If not, you just have a one-time commission and you struggle the rest of the times, right? Or you even quit, or you not do it as part-time. Now, if you want to do real estate business, even though you are going to do it as part-time, your mindset should be a full-time mindset. Take it as full-time because you can actually stay in wherever you are working and make a post and you post about the property, right? So you need to understand how marketing works for you to be able to sell. Now, who are the people that buy real estate? Who are the people that buy real estate? Number one, homeowners. Homeowners. These are the people that are looking for, maybe they are abroad, right? Or they are even here in Nigeria, they're looking for a land. They are tired of paying landlord rent, right? They want to build their own house and live in, right? These are homeowners. These are people that want to buy real estate. The second people that buy real estate is what? Investors. Investors, these are people that understand, these are the people that want to buy in bulk and resell later, right? They like to buy like 100 plots, 500 plots, and over time they'll now break it and start selling out to people. These are what? Investors. Now, they are cash protectors. These are the people that understand the value of their money, right? They don't want to leave it in bank to be depreciating. They understand inflation, that if they leave their money in the bank, that it will maybe depreciating in value. What 1 million naira can get you last year is not the same thing that it can get you this year. So they understand inflation. They want to stay above inflation. So they like to store their money in what? In properties. These are what? Cash protectors. Then the next set of people that buy real estate are Nigerians in diaspora. In fact, as a matter of fact, especially in Enugu, 80% of people that buy real estate are what? Are based in diasporans. These people, they have traveled abroad, they have stayed there for a while, they have seen money, right? They are making money. They feel they should invest back home, right? So now they are looking for properties they will buy. Some of them, they like to own properties, like lands, like houses. Some want to own a house that they can be renting out. Some want to own a house that they will be coming back to anytime they come back to Nigeria, right? So these are kind of people that also want buy real estate. Another people that buy real estate are the HNI, high net worth individuals. High HNIs, high net worth individuals. These are more like the affluent um, politicians that just want to own real estate. And as a matter of fact, one of the ways to determine the wealth of a man is through the properties that he owns, especially here in Igbo land. When you go to main market, You'll be hearing people that will say on cement market, you'll be hearing people that will say, that man, he has 10 plots of land in this place, because that is one way they used to measure wealth, right? So the HNIs too, they buy what? Properties. Now, coming back to what marketing is, right? They said you should what? Identify the people that you want to sell to. Identify what? A target audience. Now, when you look at these people that buy real estate, which of them do you want to sell to? And that is where your marketing starts from. Are we following? When you look at all of these people, you now decide which of these people do I want to what? Sell to. And that is what is called identifying your target audience. Do I want to sell to homeowners? Do I want to sell to investors? Do I want to sell to what? Cash protectors? Do I want to sell to diasporans? Right? And do I want to sell to HMOs? So when I started, I was just posting. You see that with this, you're understanding how marketing works, right? It's no longer posting videos. Now, when you have a target audience, you will now know how the message that will get to them, right? And that is where delivering value comes in. You will now understand how to talk to them. So you now understand that this is how marketing actually works. It's a process. So you cannot jump that you post flyer today, you now want somebody to buy. Or you say, people are not buying from you. Meanwhile, you are not following the process. You understand? So you need to understand marketing. It's very important. If you don't understand marketing as a realtor, you may beat around the bush for a very long time. You may stay, and the worst thing is for you to be moving in a wrong direction. So you need to understand which of these people am I going to serve. So when I was posting on Facebook, people were just telling me, keep up the good work, well done, sis. I don't know, most of you have not experienced it. Then I now decided that I'm going to serve who? The diasporans. All right? I now started thinking, okay, for diasporans, what would be their need? Right? What would be their need? Their need is they're looking for a genuine what? Land to own. Or they're looking for a genuine property to own. Do you understand it? So, because I now understood their needs, I started teaching them that is where the value now comes in. And I started teaching them how they can identify genuine land that they will own. Right? You see that the marketing process has what? Begun. So as I was teaching them, and then I was not sharing properties, genuine properties that will fit into what they are looking for. Then at the end of the day, they buy from me, and I make sale, and I make what? Commission. Right? You see that it is an entire process. So if you don't know this process, you may get tired easily, and you decide to quit. Right? And you no longer meet value of despair. Right? And the truth is that so far you want to build something to establish an achievement in your life, you must pass through that process of the emotional cycle of change. So even if you quit real estate to go and start another thing, you may start out that one and you're trying it and it's not working out. You quit it again to start another one. And that is what has been happening to most of us. Right? I started selling some things then. I felt that it was not going. I quit it, I start another one. I quit it, I start another one. Till I started real estate. And over time, I understood this. And I said, no more quitting. Either I win here or I win here. Do you understand? So when you understand marketing, it will be easier for you to navigate the real estate industry. Are we following? Now, there are types of marketing. There are types of marketing. We understood this. There are types of marketing. I would say there's the offline marketing and there's the online marketing. You can also call it traditional marketing. This offline can be traditional. Please, those online, I did not forget you. If you can still hear me clearly, drop the fire emoji in the comment section. If you can still see me, please also drop the comment. And if you have questions, please be noting it down and you also drop it at the comment section. All right. So like I said, there's the offline marketing and there is what? Online marketing. Now the offline marketing, this is where you meet people one-on-one and tell them what you are doing, right? And then they include, offline marketing include flyers, like sharing of flyers, using of what, billboards. Those ones are offline marketing. And maybe radio stations, they are all offline marketing. So those ones are under what? Offline marketing. Now there is the online marketing or the digital marketing, where you leverage the social media platforms to sell to people on the online space. Do you understand that? Now, somebody will be asking me, so Jacinta, which one should I focus on as somebody that is starting out? Which one should I focus on as somebody that is starting out? Now, let me ask you, if the thing is that some people they make sales from offline marketing, right? Some people they are very good at meeting people one-on-one to talk to them and they buy from them. Meanwhile, if you are somebody you know that you don't have any rich relative or rich auntie or anybody around you that you know that can afford buying properties from you, I would say start with the online marketing. Do you understand? Because even okay, let me even add this. How many people can you possibly meet in a day? In a day, how many people can you possibly meet in a day and tell them what you do? Now, let me tell you your chances of selling at least a plot of land, at least a plot of land as a new realtor. Let me tell you your chances of selling a plot of land as a new realtor. You need at least 1,000 people to see that you exist and know what you do, right? For them to now reach out to you. At least these 1,000 people are saying that I do real estate or I do real estate. Or okay, maybe 100 of them will now come to ask you questions about real estate. And out of that 100, 10 of them, right, will now come for inspection. You understand? And out of the 10 people that came for inspection, one person will decide to buy. And this is a principle called the AIDA principle. Attraction and attention, interest, desire, and action. So you attracted this, you need to attract at least 1,000 people, then at least 100 people should show interest. 100 people should show interest. And 10 people should desire what you want to sell. Right? And one person will do what? Will take what? Action. So this is your chance of selling at least a plot of land as a new realtor. Now, with this, with knowing this, which of them will help you achieve this faster? Online, right? Because imagine, just calculate the people in your life. the people, your schoolmates, primary school, secondary school, people you know in your church, and the contact that you have, if they are up to, if they are more than 1,000 or 2,000, right? Let's even start. I'm even going for. Let's start realistically. How many people view your status every day? How many people view your status every day? Is it up to 100, 200? Is it up to 20, 70? You have numbers, so 50, 150. You have numbers, right? So you see that 150 is very far, or 200 is very far from 1,000. Do you understand? You see that that's why you need the online what space. At the online space, we have over 6 billion people on the internet as of late 2025. And as of 2023 to 2024, there were over 122 million Nigerians that are actively on social media. Actively. And now let's say that you're not targeting only people in the southeast. In the southeast alone, we have about 15 million, now that's 97, 15.97 million people that are active on social media in the southeast. So you see that there are chances that you can reach 1,000 people through social media or through the online space. And you have access to them. The offline space, you need to know how to talk that you can be able to get somebody's attention and have access to that person. You understand? The online space, you don't even need anything. Most people can come to your DM and message you there. I used to get some social media people, they'll come and message me. Oh, I saw your page, I like what you do. They have access to me because what? I'm at the online space. So you see that there are chances that you can get at least 1,000 leads from the online space. I think that now answers the question. Should I do online or offline? If you can combine the both, great. But if you are going to focus, like for me, that did not, in fact, the people that were on my contact list, they were more like my classmates that can't afford property. Most of them have not even earned up to ₦1,000,000 before. So how would they now buy a property? Except those that can now refer you, right? That is why you still need to show up on your WhatsApp status or on those kind of groups that you will be in. So I now focus what? Online. In fact, I would say 99% of my clients are from online space. I barely have an offline client. But the one and only offline client I had, it came from a referral from the online space. So I've not like met somebody one-on-one. Tell the person come and buy a property. And there's some people that can do it, but I can't. Number one, I was a very shy person. So I can't even meet you and look you eyeball to eyeball and tell you come and buy property or I sell property. Do you understand? And I have over 200 clients. Some ones used to complain I don't used to call them. Do you get? So you see that because you have access to large number of people, when you're able to attract large number, your leads. So which means that if you want to make at least 2 sales, you need to at least attract 2,000 people. You understand? And this can happen. And there are chances today that your video can go viral, that you get more than 1,000 people on a particular video. And it will expose you to a lot of people that want to do business with you. Those kind of content is called lead generation content. We are going to talk more on how to, attract clients, sell to people online. But today, just like the crash course, just like um, the introduction, right? So I want us to understand all of this. So now that we have understood this, we want to do the online space. Now, if you want to do the online space, right, you need to be what? Visible. You need to show yourself. You need to show yourself. And that is where our next thing that you need to learn how to do is video creation, and editing, video editing. You need to learn how to do it. Until maybe with time, you now have money that you can hire a video person that will making videos for you. If not, you need to learn this. You need to learn how to make a video and edit your video. Now, for you to be able to sell on the online space, you need to be visible, right? People need to see you daily. Remember that people buy from who they know, like, and trust. So the first stage is that they should know you. And the only way they can know you is when you make a video of yourself regularly and share with them on the online space. Also remember that real estate is a business of trust. Whether you like it, it's a business of trust. You have to be able to earn my trust for me to be able to send 10 million naira to you to buy a property from me. The only way you can do that trust faster is through video content. Do you understand? So real estate is a business of trust. And that's why I said you cannot start, most time you cannot start with the people that know you. It's called warm audience. So there's warm audience and there's what? Cold audience. Warm audience are the people that know you, your family members, your classmates, they know you. But most time, remember the Bible said that the prophet is not even honored in his own land, right? So many of your warm audience, they have never, they say, is it not Jacinta that I know that when they gave birth to her? You understand? They will not want to buy from you. So your chances are with what? This cold audience. You understand? So you need to learn how to communicate to this cold audience to gain their trust. Because even your warm audience don't even trust you. They don't even trust you. This one she started posting 15 million naira property. Oh, I want to have 50. I want to have 15 million. Like the way they would describe it for you. Someone that is close to me told me, who will see you and buy land? You get somebody that is close to me, warm audience. So they don't even believe in you first. That is why you have to wear your mantle and then focus on who? The cold audience, because you can easily get them to like you. You can easily get them to know you. You can easily get them to trust you. And the only way they can trust you is through videos where you showcase your personality. Remember I said that your first advantage is what? Your personality. That nobody can take away from you. You are unique the way you are. You're unique the way you are. Somebody may like you because of you. Somebody may like this person because of this person. And somebody may trust you because you feel you're young. You can't explain. But you need to what? Show them your personality first. And that is what you can do through videos. You cannot actually express yourself through a write-up. So you now say, I'm shy. I don't want to make videos. Let me be testing. Let me be posting tests. Right? But somebody cannot actually read your energy very well with tests. Imagine that I was doing this training through a test. You will easily disconnect. But because you are feeling my energy, you are looking at me and you are hearing my voice, you can easily connect with me, right? Same thing with your videos. That is what your videos is going to do to this cold audience. So when you start making your videos, somebody may like how you smile, somebody may like how you explain a particular thing that you cannot even explain. Because then I feel that is when God is what? Bringing what? The increase. So when somebody wants to buy from you, I say, oh, I've watched Mr. Jeff's video, but I want to buy from you. Why? That's why I say sales is spiritual. You can't really say why. Why? But I feel that at that time it's God's grace that is happening, and that is God that is what trying to that is bringing the increase at that time. Do you understand? Because you have been watering with your videos, planting with your videos, and then you will not bring the increase by somebody coming to say, "No, I like how you do your real estate, or I like how you do these things." That is what your personality, and they can only see that through your videos. Do you understand? You see that for you to be able to sell in the online space, you need to learn how to make videos. And it's not supposed to be hard. Just learn the basics, right? Learn for video editing, I'll say learn the basics. Thank God for CapCut these days. How many of us know CapCut? How many of us? Okay, we all know CapCut. With CapCut, you can easily, when you record yourself, just ensure that where you're recording yourself is well lit, right? There's light. Even if there's no light, then I used to make my video from my room window. I'll just open the curtains and I'll place my video on my window, my phone on my window, and then I start making my video from there. And I was just learning the basics. Then self, CapCut was not there because it was only more of laptop editing software. I finished learning with laptop. For me to edit my first video, one big watermark man came on the video like this, standing on the video and dancing. So I now had to research on phone apps I can use to edit my videos. I kept researching that until I found InShot app. So with InShot, I saw that I can actually edit my video there and the watermark will not be there. All I need to do is to watch their ad and the ad will disappear. Then I can now export my video and upload. Yeah, it was stressful then. Nobody, because nobody will teach you. Nobody will even show you. In fact, that time if you ask somebody, how you do your real estate? You say, nah, God, though. It's God, though. You understand? So most of those things, I had to learn it myself. And when I learned it, I started teaching other people. I have a colleague that is in Owerri. Then, after learning my InShot, I taught him. And that's what he has been using. He now moved to CapCut right now. So with CapCut, and these things are very easy to use, right? You can go on YouTube and then watch how to edit using CapCut. You don't have to do a lot of gang. You don't have to do a lot of things. Leave gang for videographers like Casey and Timothy. They like to do wow, making all those sounds. The only thing you need as a realtor, that's why I said, as a realtor, you are not a content creator. You are just trying to what? Leverage the online space to attract people to buy from you. Before you now go there and start looking for views and likes, you're not going to be stuck with being a content creator. You're not a content creator. You should understand that. So when you start making your videos and I see one like two views, 3 views, it's okay. You're building, you're growing, right? One thing is that some of us, we don't like to grow. We want the magic to happen. And things don't happen that way, actually. So over time, you grow from 1 subscriber to 5K subscribers or this. So, but the major thing is that you need to learn how to make videos and edit videos. Use the basic. So learn how to at least cut out where you made errors, like where you did maybe a lot of times, so you get yourself 2 times, you can cut it out. Once you cut it out, learn how to add text on your video, and then maybe sound. Learn how to add sound. Just that's it. Put your phone number, put your name, and export the video. So when you start doing it, over time you get better. When I started doing video, first if you go to my YouTube channel, watch my first video. Just go to my oldest video, watch my first video there. I couldn't even look at the camera because number one, I didn't even like how I sound on the phone, on the camera. In fact, I was so shy that when I was making that video, I was looking at the ceiling. I couldn't look at the camera. I was talking, Welcome to my channel. I was looking up, I couldn't look at the camera, right? But over time, I can stand here and teach. I can stand anywhere and make videos and post. So you need to start doing it, and over time you become better. You can't become better when you have not started. You understand? I understand you are shy, but shyness will not pay your bill. Abi, if you go to the bank and tell them that you are shy, next thing is that they'll call security on you. So you say, "Oh, I'm shy. Oh, please, can you guys give me 1 million naira?" Next thing they say, "Security, carry this person," right? So shyness will not pay your bill, but you need to develop the skill of creating videos and posting them. Do you understand? So you need to learn it. It's not it's not hard, but it's new. So maybe for someone that have not been creating videos before, you don't like, in fact, you don't even like how you look on your video, or maybe when you're on camera, you don't like how you look. Those things are imposter syndrome, telling you like you are not enough. And if you don't conquer it, you will remain where you are. Do you understand? So you need to learn it. Start maybe from today, start practicing on opening your camera and talking to your camera as well. Opening and talking to it. And when you start showcasing properties, you can now start posting them. Are we following so far? Please, if you have your questions, because I think I've exhausted all I have today. I'm rounding up. So if you have questions, let me know. If you have questions for what I've talked about so far. So with this, I think we've known the 3 steps of becoming a realtor, right? Right? The first one is what? Decide. Yes. The second one is what? Declare yourself as a realtor, which you have done. Then the third one is what? Knowledge. And what are the things that I say you should have knowledge about? Number one of it is what? Land administration, land size and measurements, land documents, what else? Property laws, communication, right? Marketing. And what? Marketing. Then I now talked about video creation and what? Video editing. You see that with this, you have a clear step that you can take to become a realtor, right? Do you have any questions so far? At this point, I would like to take your questions. So in our next class, I'm going to be discussing um, what to start doing after you have known all of this, right? So your assignment today, right, is to first go and declare yourself a realtor in all your platforms. Your first assignment, if you're going to do real estate, right, that's your first assignment. The second one is that you're going to commit to learning all those things I've mentioned: land sizes, land documents, other things, right? Go and study them. Go on YouTube. And if you're going to be somebody that is going to be selling online, you need to be having data. You need to be having data. So that you know that you don't have MB. You will now post video and now off your WhatsApp. And somebody will now want to reach out to you on WhatsApp. You are nowhere to be found. Person will reach out to me that my data is on, oh, and I will sell to the person, oh, and I will collect my commission. So if you are going to sell in the online space, you need to be an online person. Stay active in the online space. In fact, then I don't need to have money. If it's 1K, I'll use 500 and now buy data first. You understand? So this is because I know that this is going to work. For somebody to be making money from it, it is already working. So it's for you now to channel into what is working and then start making money from there too. So if you're going to sell in the online space and you're putting your phone number out there, I want to say another thing. The thing is, some people now, maybe by 9 p.m., they'll now off their phone. You just saying that you don't like money maybe around 9 p.m. because somebody may call you at any point, because when you start putting your number outside there, expect calls anytime. Expect calls anytime. So I don't understand it when somebody say, "Oh, no, I don't take calls by 9 p.m. Let's continue tomorrow." But you want to do real estate, you want to make money. Me, anyway, so these are the things you are going to note if you're going to do the online space. You need to stay active, have data, then you need to be active even offline. Right? Right? So with these 3 steps, you know that this is how I'm going to become what? A realtor. You see that there's no magic to this. Do we see that? There's a process to this, right? It's a process of you becoming a realtor, understanding how it is working, and know how it actually works. So please, at this point, I would like to take our question. In my subsequent, I was trying to say in our subsequent class, I'm going to teach you how to now um, attract clients, right? How to talk to clients, how you can handle objections, right? And some mistakes you need to avoid while you start out as a realtor. You understand? The mistakes, there are some mistakes you need to avoid. I made some of those mistakes, but I don't want you to avoid them. So I'm going to be teaching that in our subsequent class. But today, I just wanted to give you the introduction to how you can start out to becoming a realtor. So from all of this I've said, is it clear now on how you can become a realtor? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Okay, with that, is there any question? Yeah.
Is it advisable to share your number with your because you have also like
Mhm.
so what's the best way to have a long for business
Okay.
or should you share your normal real life in your life?
Okay. So it depends on what you want. If you are the kind of person that like maybe business to be business, you can have a number, but it should be active. It's something that they can call anytime and you respond. But I use my normal number because I don't want I want that if my phone ring, I know that either business or any other thing. So it's depending on what you want, like I said. But anyone that you're using, make sure that it's active and you're always with it. Don't maybe when you get another phone for or you have a second line for a business, let that one not be off. It should even be more active than the other ones. But the other ones, they're majorly friends and family that you may not do business with. But this is business, something that will bring money to you. So anyone that you want to do, anyone can actually work actually. But for me, I'm using my personal line, my normal line is my business line. Yeah. Any other question? Exactly. Any other question? Okay.
Okay, so you said people that buy real estate. So is it not possible that you can have more than one target? Is it possible that you can do that? Maybe just like you said, that your target is those in diaspora. So does it mean you can't have those in diaspora and then normal investors as well?
So it's depending on the product you are selling too. So there are some products. In fact, the Nigerians in diaspora, why I chose them is that they can be any of those things I've mentioned. They can be any of them. Some of them are looking for a home to own. Some of them are looking to invest. Some of them are looking to protect their money. You understand? So I just chose them because it comprises of all of them. And also the property that you promote, you should know who can afford it. I know the people that you can relate to at that time. I'm going to talk more. I know if we do that, you will understand it better. We're going to talk more on marketing and how to sell to a particular set of people. All right. Any other question? Okay.
Grandma, please, I want to ask, is there any distinction between an agent and a realtor? And then, secondly, there was a place earlier in the class, you made mention of buyers and sellers, when sellers are realtors, while buyers are investors. At Is there any point where a realtor transition into an investor, or whether he buys and still resells, he remains a realtor?
Okay. I would say that so it's because of agent and realtor. It's the same thing. Real estate agent is if it is outside Nigeria, for you to become a realtor, you must be certified for your name to be a realtor, a real estate agent. But it's the same thing. But because of the mindset of the kind of they are not concerned about what so people, when you say you're dating, people start liking you to be like no. So those people, they are not concerned about you. They just want to make their money. And once they make their money, they pick race, right? So because of that mindset, we started speaking with realtor. You know, it's still the same thing. But it's just that the mindset you now have, they don't undergo training, those people, right? They don't undergo training, they don't care about you. In fact, they don't build any relationship aside after doing that, helping you to rent a house. If you check most of them, you never call them again. You don't even like how they treated you, right? So it's still the same thing. Realtor, real estate agent is the same thing. I was on a call with one of my clients one day. I saw that she sent me as my Enugu agent. I'm an agent, yes, because it's the same work. We are just, I'm just a middleman that connects a buyer and a seller, and I earn my commission. That's what realtors do too. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We know that we don't like to use agents in Nigeria again, because, especially in Enugu here, because when you tell somebody you're an agent, they'll start liking you to those people that are under Ukumangi, right? Or those people that sell once in a year. So let me tell you something that happened when I was looking for a house. I was looking for a house. I was looking for a two-bedroom flat then. And when the man asked me, what do I do? I told him that I sell real estate. I said, yeah, Igbo agent. Yes. The man now thought about it. Okay, you may give feedback. Yes, I'll give you feedback for those that are not easy. The man never called me because in his head, agent they don't sell. How can this girl pay me 1 point something million for my house rent every year? You understand? So that is how they liken agents. And most of the houses then, I couldn't get it because what? I'm an agent. They feel that, oh, this person cannot pay for the house. Over time, I now how to go through the company way and acquire their own the house. You understand? So people, especially in Enugu, people feel that agents they don't sell under another commission. Have you sold a property that there are like bunch of agents in that room to share one particular commission? At the end of the day, you may be getting like 50K or 20K. At the end of the day, you have suffered. So they feel like they are hungry people. And that's how they treat the business. They are hungry. Anything they want to take is mochara, mochara. If it's not right or not, they want to cut it like that and eat it. They don't care. They don't build relationship, right? But when you that want to do it as a business, that's what I say, you must treat it as a business. Business build relationships. A client that bought today, that's why they say a client is 1,000 doorway to others. One client that bought from you can send your contact to his group, to other people that will buy from you. But it depends on how you treated him. Do you understand? So the relationship part, they don't have it. That's why I don't like to call myself agent because of those people. But it's the same thing. So your second question is if you can to investors. That is simple. So over time, when you start selling, I mean, for me, one of my goals is to own properties. Yes, that even if I get married and have my kids, I should be able to give properties to them. I should also be able to sell properties to fund their education, right? So that is one of my goals, right? So if that also is your goal, then you can easily, in fact, sometimes I like to refer myself as a marketer. You understand? I like to refer myself as a marketer because aside selling real estate, I can sell other things. So if you are a realtor and over time you start selling and you're making money, you're making commission, you're making the money is millions, and there are properties that are coming out, and you feel that you can buy it, and you're still a realtor. In fact, it's even there that is even sweeter because you now understand the business. If you still want to sell that property, you can be able to sell it. You understand? So you can actually transition to, except you now want to become a developer. Even as a developer, you are also a realtor because in every business you need sales. You understand? Even the investors, when they want to sell, they will need you to also help them and sell. So you can actually transition to being an investor at any point whenever you feel like. In 2022, when I started real estate, over time I made money and I bought my own land because I don't want to be like. So it's also another way of selling. Sometimes, if I own a property in a particular estate I'm marketing, I will even snap my document and send to the person that is doubting me. Are you sure that this? I said, me myself, I own a property there. And when they see the they feel relaxed, they want to own too. You understand? So it's part of selling too. So at any point that you want to transition, you still need to sell. You can still be a realtor, you can still be a marketer. You understand? Exactly. Any other, what other question do you ask? Okay, that is one. Any other question as we wrap it up today? Let me check. Any question online? Good. Any question online? Okay. With that, there's no other question. I'm going to end this session today here. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and paying attention to me. Thank you so much. I want to know your action plan for leaving this place. What is your action? I want to hear from you. Maybe two persons. Can you tell us, do you have any action plan from this class? Yes.
I'll be okay. So from here, I'll think I'll be going for the offline.
Okay.
marketing.
Okay. Um, any other person? You have.
Okay, I
Okay.
have some plan.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Ooh. Okay. This was. Okay. This I should ask you. It's not me. Oh, it's not me. Okay. Well, do you have like any exact thing that you want to do from this class? Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. With that being said, I believe most of us have action plans from this class. And the most important of it is that I want to see you all have results, right? And that's why I'm going to be having consistent trainings like this. So that as you after this class, you know the next thing to start doing, and from there you start getting results. Amen. So thank you so much for for joining today's training, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. So I need to address and ask women of them enjoy the training, and then those